Good morning, students. So let's see what are we going to read today. Today this is video is for class 6 literature chapter 4 the miracle. Yes, so what do the word miracle means? Okay, a lucky thing that had happened and that you didn't expect or think was possible. Like whenever sometimes you might have won a lottery or like that kind of thing, you were lucky enough to win something. So that is what is known as miracle. So let's see who has written it. The writer of the story is Roald Dahl. Okay, and he is one of the well-known authors of fiction for children. Fiction, not realistic, imaginative story you can say. And he has created many lovable characters. Like in this story, you will read about Willy Wonka, and this idea, the story of this chocolate factory, it came to him when he was in school. Okay, and he used to he used to dream about inventing new varieties of chocolates. So this you can say the miracle is just a part of the story, that is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Actually, the main story is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but they have taken some extract, some of the part from that story and named it as the miracle. So we will begin up with the story. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is about an 11-year-old boy named Charlie Bucket who lives in a small house with his parents and 4 grandparents. Willy Wonka, a rather strange chocolatier, has hidden 5 golden tickets in chocolate bars. Those who find the tickets win a visit to the chocolate factory and get a lifelong supply of chocolate. So, before introducing us to the story, some things we need to know. The first thing about is the whole story is about this boy who is 11 years old, and the name of that boy is Charlie Bucket. Okay, and what has happened, what's the story here, that there are 5 golden tickets in the chocolate bars. Okay, and those who get that golden ticket, they get a chance to visit the chocolate factory, and the whole life they will get a free supply of chocolates. 4 tickets have been found. Now let's read what happens when Charlie tries for the last ticket with a few coins that he has. So already I told you earlier that 5 tickets he had kept. Who has kept? Willy Wonka's. But already the 4 have been found. The last one remains, and let's see whether Charlie gets that ticket or not. This is the whole suspense of the story. So let's begin up with the story. Charlie entered the shop and laid the damp 50 pence on the counter. "One Wonka's Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Melody Light," he said, remembering how much he had loved the one he had on his birthday. So the boy went to the shop, and he had laid that a little wet pence. Pence, actually you can say it is a British coin. Okay, children, like we have paise, no? Yes, so in the similar way they had pens. Okay, like 100 paise made 1 rupee. Similarly, 100 pence made 1 pound. This is all British ones. So the story is from where it belongs to. So the boy is telling the name of the chocolate. Please hear the name again, huh? "One Wonka's Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Melody Light." And he's thinking in his mind, yes, he had loved that the same chocolate when he had this chocolate on his birthday. The man behind the counter looked fat and well fed. He had big lips and fat cheeks and a very fat neck. The fat around his neck bulged out all around the top of his collar like a rubber ring. He turned and he reached behind him for the chocolate bar, and then he turned back again and handed it to Charlie. So when he went to the shop, now the description of the shopkeeper is given. Yes, children, he was very fat, and he had big lips, he had fat cheeks, and he had a very fat neck. The neck, the fat, the what to say, the fatness which was around his neck, it was bulging out. Okay, like a rubber ring. Anybody has put a rubber ring around his neck. And for the chocolate bar, he turned back and he took the chocolate bar and he gave it to Charlie. Charlie grabbed it quickly tore off the wrapper and took an enormous bite. Then he took another and another, and oh, the joy of being able to cram large pieces of something sweet and solid into one's mouth. So now the boy, Charlie, got it. He grabbed it. He took it very fast and quickly he tore off the wrapper. He's in a very like you all also do, children. Yes, when you like something, you just as a whole you try to take it in very big quantity. Like how much you will get, you will eat that much. Yes, so he was not knowing, and he was just taking it, and he was in very small mouth. He's even a 11-year-old kid, and he's trying to put so much thing inside his mouth, and he's putting it and inside again and again, and the whole thing just accumulated in his mouth, and he's feeling very happy. He's very happy that he has eaten uh, that much of chocolate. The sheer blissful joy of being able to fill one's mouth with rich solid food. You look like you wanted that one, Sonny, the shopkeeper said pleasantly. So the shopkeeper is expressing that yes, you definitely like the chocolate, no? So that is why you are eating in that this much quantity. Charlie nodded, his mouth bulging with chocolate. So now he is nodding his head. Yes, when teacher asks you something, you all nod no, yes or no. You nod with your head. You never say. So he is, because his mouth was filled with chocolate. So now he is nodding. The shopkeeper put Charlie's change on the counter. Take it easy, he said. It will give you tummy ache if you swallow it like that without chewing. Charlie went on wolfing down the chocolate. He couldn't stop. And in less than half a minute, the whole thing had disappeared down his throat. He was quite out of breath, but he felt marvelously, extraordinarily happy. He reached out a hand to take the change. So now the shopkeeper, in the second paragraph, I can say you the shopkeeper is trying to warn Charlie that he should not eat this much. If you take a whole lot together in your mouth and you are swallowing it without chewing, it may give you stomach ache. But still, Charlie was eating it in a very fast manner. He was not stopping, and in a minute, the whole chocolate was finished. It went inside his stomach, and he was feeling very happy. So he reached out a hand to take the change. Now he got a amount back. Then he paused. His eyes were just above the level of the counter. He was staring at the silver coins lying there. The coins were all 5 penny pieces. There were 9 of them altogether. Surely it wouldn't matter if he spent just one more. So now he got the change, and he's thinking in his mind that if he gets a chance, why not try one more? Yes, like we are also greedy, no? We all become greedy for the food. The food we like, we want it more and more, and the Charlie, the boy, also wanted it in large quantity. So now he's looking at all the changes he got, and now he's thinking, why not? Let me think. I think, he said quietly, I think I'll have just one more of those chocolate bars, the same kind as before. Please. Why not? The fat shopkeeper said, reaching behind him again and taking another whipple, scrumptious fudge-mellow delight from the shelf. He laid it on the counter. So now he's again thinking, let me buy one more. So he asked the shopkeeper to give him one more. The shopkeeper just gave him. Charlie picked it up and tore off the wrapper, and suddenly, underneath the wrapper, there came a brilliant flash of gold. Charlie's heart stood still. So now Charlie's picking it up and he's tearing off the wrapper. And underneath that wrapper, what he found? He is finding some flash of gold, like some shining, some sparkle of gold color. His heart is stood still. He's not knowing what he need to do. Let's see what happens next. It's a golden ticket, screamed the shopkeeper, leaping about a foot in the air. You have got a golden ticket. You have found the last golden ticket. Hey, would you believe it? Come, look at this, everybody. The kids found the Wonka's last golden ticket. There it is. It is right there in his hand. Can you see the excitement level of the shopkeeper? He couldn't even believe that the boy bought the chocolate from his shop and he won the golden ticket. Now let's see what happens next. The story is just beginning. It seems though as though the shopkeeper would collapse in a fit. In my shop too, he yelled. He found it right here in my own little shop. Somebody call the newspaper quick and let them know. Watch out now, Sonny. Don't tear it as you unwrap it. That thing's precious. So now the shopkeeper is very much excited and he wants to call the newspaper. He wants everybody to know that the last golden ticket that the boy won was from his shop. And now even he is warning the boy to be careful while unwrapping the chocolate such that the ticket should not be torn. Yes, and that thing is precious, he's saying. In a few seconds, there was a crowd of about 20 people clustering around Charlie. Here, clustering means they were gathering around Charlie, and many more were pushing their way in from the street. Everybody wanted to get a look at the golden ticket and the lucky finder. Where is it? Somebody shouted. Hold it up so all of us can see it. There it is, there, somebody else shouted. He is holding it in his hand. See the gold shining. Now the crowd has all gathered in that place and everybody is excited to see the ticket. How the ticket looks like. Nobody knows it. How did he manage to find it? I would like to know, a large boy shouted angrily. 20 bars a day. I have been buying them for weeks and weeks. So the boy was very angry because every day he used to buy 20 such chocolates and every week he used to buy it. But still, he did not find it. Think of all the free stuff we'll be getting too, another boy said enviously. A lifetime supply. He'll need it, the skinny little shrimp, a girl said, laughing. So, as you all know, they will be getting a free stuff. Free stuff was lifelong supply of the chocolate, and the girl is saying, laughing and looking at the boy and saying, the skinny little shrimp. Who is the skinny little shrimp? The boy that I named you earlier, Charlie, was the skinny little shrimp. Here, shrimp means children, weak person. Okay, that boy was little thin, no? So the girl is making fun of him. Charlie hadn't moved. He hadn't even unwrapped the golden ticket from around the chocolate bar. He was standing very still, holding it tightly with both the hands while the crowd pushed and shouted around him. He felt quite dizzy. Yes, we when we all are excited or when we are too much happy, I can say, we don't know, we become blank, no? So that's what is happening with Charlie. He hadn't moved a bit. He's standing there. He didn't even unwrap the golden ticket from the chocolate bar. He's standing still, holding it tightly in his hand, and the people are pushing him, they're shouting around him, and he's feeling dizzy. He's confused. He don't know what he need to do. There was a peculiar floating sensation coming over him, as though he were floating up in the air like a balloon. His feet didn't seem to be touching the ground at all. He could hear his heart thumping away loudly somewhere in his throat. At that point, he became aware of a hand resting lightly on his shoulder, and when he looked up, he saw a tall man standing over him. Listen, the man whispered. I'll buy it from you. I'll give you 50 pounds. How about it, huh? And I'll give you a new bicycle as well. Okay? So now, as he got the ticket and he's don't know he's floating in the air. He's thinking himself. It's just a way of saying of what he's feeling. Yes, and he could hear his heart thumping. His heart was beating very loud. Okay, and then after that, what he found, that one of the man, he kept his hand on his shoulder, And when he looked up, he found what? That there was a tall man standing over him. The tall man is offering him something. Let's see what he is offering. He wants to buy that chocolate, and in return of that in return of that ticket, what he wants back the 50. He will give 50 pounds for that for that golden ticket. And he is even saying that he would give him the new bicycle if he gives the ticket to him. Yes, all the selfish people always ready to take advantages. Are you crazy? Shouted a woman who was standing equally close. Why, I would give him 200 pounds for that ticket. You want to sell that ticket for 200 pounds, young man? That's quite enough of that, the fat shopkeeper shouted, pushing his way through the crowd and taking Charlie firmly by the arm. Leave the child alone, will you? Make way there, let him out. And to Charlie, as he led him to the door, he whispered, don't you let anybody have it. Take it straight home, quickly, before you lose it. Run all the way and don't stop till you get there. You understand? Charlie nodded. So the woman is also trying to buy the ticket. How much she is giving? She is offering the boy. She is offering 200 pounds for that ticket. Okay. Now the shopkeeper, see children, here we can find the shopkeeper is not greedy. He is happy for the boy. Okay, that's the characteristic of the shopkeeper. Earlier the whole thing which was shown, it was all his physical appearance, how he looked. But here we will find that in his heart he was a very good person. Yes, he is helping the boy to escape from the crowd and reach home safely with the ticket. Okay, he is making way for the boy. You know something? The fat shopkeeper said, pausing a moment and smiling at Charlie. I have a feeling you needed some luck. I'm glad you got it. Good luck to you, Sonny. So the shopkeeper was very happy for the boy that he won the ticket, and he's wishing him good luck. Thank you, Charlie said, and off he went running through the snow as fast as his legs could go. As he flew past Mr. Willy Wonka's factory, he turned and waved at it and sang out, I'll be seeing you soon, I'll be seeing you soon. And 5 minutes later, he arrived at his own home. So now he is very happy, and while going back to his house, he even waved to the Wonka's factory which he was going to visit because he won the golden ticket, and he was very happy for that. And he reached home and he was very happy. So this story is all adapted from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching it.